Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Salt City Counseling. Once again, my name is Scott. I am a licensed therapist here in the beautiful state of Utah. Hope you guys are doing good out there. It's tough. It is tough right now. It's just tough. I feel like it's a really dark time. Um, but in this video, this is more or less going to be a parenting pro video. I'm gonna tell you one of the simplest and most effective, straightforward ways to see improved behaviors from your teenagers or your kids in general. And it's also going to. This is. I'm going to provide a little bit of a disclaimer here. I might fall into a rant on this because I cannot talk about this topic without going on a tear, going on a little bit of a tear. And it's simply because in therapy, when I'm working with kids and I'm working with parents, working with families, the amount of pushback and resistance I get just on this one thing, and it's to me, it's really simple. It's very simple. It's very basic, and it's not that hard to do. And in fact, in all regards, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. But the amount of resistance, the amount of pushback, the excuses, and the stupid things that parents say that are like, why is this such a big ask? And you have been warned. I might be going on a rant. I might be going on a tear. I love working with teenagers and I love working with parents most of the time. But from time to time, some of them, they drive me crazy. And a lot of therapists refuse to work with kids and refuse to work with teenagers because they don't want to deal with the parents. And that's just the reality of it. So it's hard for parents to find a good therapist because a lot of therapists just refuse to deal with the parents. Um, and that's just how it goes. So this is very honestly, again, simple and straightforward, and can really make a huge difference. The parents that do this thing, and just and be like, okay, let's do it, let's try it, and they don't push back, and they're just like, oh, well, we'll give it a shot. Usually get a really good result. Usually get really good outcomes. And let me get some housekeeping out of the way, and then we're gonna get into it. Be sure to subscribe and share and all that stuff. You know what to do. Smash that like button, and if you like my content, you want to keep it coming for free, go buy me a coffee. Link is in the description below. For the guys out there, if you're struggling these days with your mental health or whatever, go check out my podcast or my Patreon page. The Healing Our Masculinity podcast. Best place to find it is on Spotify. Apple's not listing it. I don't know why. I haven't really pursued it much. I don't really care much for Apple, but that's just me. So, anyways, let's get into it. Let's get into this. Okay, here it is. Straightforward. Okay, accentuate the positives. Accentuate the good things and focus on the good things and the positive things that your kid does. Okay, and just point them out. Say something. Say thank you. Well done. I'm proud of you. What way to go? Blah blah blah. You're such a good kid, and all of that. And because kids, the only thing they hear is criticism. The only thing they ever hear is criticism. I did a whole video, I believe, on criticism. It's destructive. It's not helpful. It's being pseudo intelligent. It's fake intelligence to criticize. Sometimes they ask parents, why do you criticize so much? And they say, well, it helps them be better. And I'm like, if it helps them be better, why are they failing so badly? It doesn't help them be better. Get that nonsense out of your head. Criticism is not helpful. It's not. It's pseudo intelligence. It's fake intelligence. It's not helpful. But what is helpful is when you accentuate the positives with your kid. What if the things they do right, the things they do well, the things that they do without you having to ask them, focus on their good behaviors. Okay, and even just gush, be gushy. Way to go! Oh, thank you so much. I noticed that you were nice to your little sister or whatever, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you. Right? Or way to be on time with all your classes today. I noticed that you got an A on your math test. Whatever, right? And if you just accentuate the positives, right? If you really focus on the positives, you are really likely going to see a change in their behavior. Because most of the time, kids only get attention from parents when they do something that the parents don't like or the behavior is negative. And what parents don't realize is that they are inadvertently reinforcing that behavior. Kids have the basic psychological need of needing validation through the form of attention from their parents. Kids don't acknowledge it, kids don't realize it, but they do, and they need that attention. If you only give them attention when they do something that you don't like or the behavior is bad, then you're reinforcing that bad behavior. It's like giving your dog a treat when it whizzes on the carpet, right? And so the more you pay attention to bad behaviors, the more you're going to see bad behaviors because those behaviors get attention. Now, if you were to mostly ignore behaviors that you dislike, And I know this is where I get a lot of pushback. Well, I have to say something, right? And it's like, do you though? Right? They know what they're not supposed to do. And I have tons and tons of suggestions on how to navigate that without, just lecturing them and scolding them for behaviors that you dislike. But for these purposes, you want to always point out the good behaviors. I don't care how small they are. Now, here are some of the excuses that I hear from parents. Here's some of the pushback that I get from parents, and here is where I may end up deteriorating into my therapist rant, because this one, man, it kills me. I really cannot believe it. It staggers me how big of an ask it seems for some parents to say positive things to their children. It's like, what? Well, why on earth? Why should I? Right? Because because they're your children. And so some of the things I hear, some of the excuses that I hear. Well, we don't say, like, good job on going to school, or being on time, or getting good grades, because that's just what's expected. Now, that's not a good enough excuse. You need to do it anyways. Or I hear this one. Well, they don't do anything positive. Yes, they do. They do lots of things positive. But if you're used to only pointing out the negatives, you're only going to see negatives. Years ago, I had a dad tell me that his teenage boy couldn't be doing worse. Those were his words. Oh, he couldn't be doing worse. I think the kid was like 13 at the time. So I started asking the dad. I was like, does he get suspended or expelled from school? No. Does he get in fights? No. Is he sexually molesting children? No. Does he steal? No. Is he getting arrested? No. I listed all. Is he using drugs, or is there a drug problem? No. Does he sneak out? No. Is he running away? No. Are you going to tell me your kid it couldn't be doing worse? Right off the top of my head, I can name 10 ways that your kid could be doing worse. But I hear this from parents. In their minds, the kid doesn't do anything positive. And so I might ask them, did your kid go to school yesterday and stay all day? Yes. There you go. Did your kid, was your kid on time for everything, for every class? Yes. There you go. Did your kid do his or her chores? Yes. Did they clean their plate at dinner? Yes. Were they nice to their sibling? Yes. It's just like, did they go to bed on time? Yes. There you go. Right? There's tons of positive things if you find them. And I hear this from parents. Well, there's no positive things. Yes, there is. You're just not looking for them. And frankly, this is where it might sting a little bit. If you can't find any positive things about your kid, you're probably the problem. More than likely, you are the problem. Or this one. I got this one recently when it came to, like, all I want you to do is, I keep it simple. Point out and accentuate the positives. Well, I still need them to do chores. Sorry, when did I say, right? When did I say, like, I don't know how we got there, to be honest. Or just the pushback. Just the resistance and the pushback. Like, what is it? What is it, people, that makes it so hard? So hard to tell your kid that they did a good job on something, or that you appreciate them, or just that you like them, or that you care about them, or that they're important to you. Like, what is it? Why is this such a big ask? And I think parents these days, and this is maybe the bottom line, they think in order to get good behaviors, you need to punish them. It's like the beatings will continue until your attitude improves, right? Oh, you have a bad attitude? Well, let's punish you, right? Oh, and then we wonder why the attitude is worse, right? Try to remember. Here's my parting shot, because I gotta go. I gotta get on a Zoom call here in a minute. Here's my parting shot, okay? What kind of parent did you want? What kind of parent did you want but never had? Or what kind of parent did you need that you didn't have, right? Ask yourself this question, okay? So anyways, go out there and accentuate the positives. Don't forget that if you want me to do viewer questions, you can put the questions in the description below if I see them. I'll do my best to get to them, okay? I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time.